Walking the path. No, we're not talking about this. Is I Got My Miracle.
Yeah.
Oops. Wrong Facebook Live. So people are going to be streaming in here, and I'm going to just start talking for a minute to let people run in, warm in, jump in, settle in. All the ins come and join us for I Got My Miracle. And I'm super excited to be sharing with you today about what happens each week at Rythmia. I mean, that's the intention of this talk, is that we get to pick one person from the group of people that were here this last week and have them share with you what their experience of Rythmia was. And we call it I Got My Miracle because that's the whole thing we do here. Is it sounds kind of cheesy, but people receive a life-changing miracle when they come to Rythmia, you know? And what that miracle typically is has to do with a shift in perception. It has to do with being reborn. Hey, Colette, good to see you. Being reborn in some way, being born anew, or seeing some aspect of who you've become, some aspect of a mask that you're putting on that is a mask of protection, seeing what that is, and merging back together to a state of wholeness, merging back with your soul and healing your heart and forgiving the unforgivable. And so those are what we call miracles. When you do that, when you see you've become, merge with your soul and heal your heart, you have a change in perception, or you have a rebirth, we call that a miracle. And so this week, I'm super excited. Everybody, thanks for coming in, to have Mackenzie.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie.
Yes, because I just said that. To have Mackenzie.
He's a great time with him.
We did have a good time. And I'm really excited to have Mackenzie share a little bit about her experience at Rythmia. So, Mackenzie, I want to know first, what brought you here? What brought you to Rythmia?
There were a lot of different things that I was hoping to achieve or accomplish while I was here, but it wasn't just one thing. But I would say the first and foremost for me was just radical forgiveness.
That was your intention?
My intention
was to forgive?
Yes.
Okay.
For myself, for mistakes I had made when I was split, and for people I had hurt when I was split.
But you didn't have a concept of being split before you came to Rythmia?
I mean, I'd watched these, I'd seen, you know, other people's experiences, but that term was not something that I used before I was at Rythmia. No.
So then
I would say to find a way to love myself again, I guess, if like pre-Rythmia terminology in layman's terms. Yeah.
You were like in layman's terms.
the pre-Rythmia crew. No, but like, you know, to find a way to live your life from a place of your soul and not what everyone has, the pressures of society and what people have expected of you. And that's from childhood. I mean, you're born into a family and you're given these expectations that you don't even fully comprehend or you're aware of until later in life when you uncover all of it.
Yes. Hey, Oriana, great to see you. It's true, right? So you came, but your original prayer that brought you here, layman's terms, was to love yourself.
To wake up every morning and look in the mirror and be like, I love being me. That was my goal in life.
That's a good thing. I don't know about you, but more and more, I'm actually waking up happy. I'm actually waking up like ready to take on the day. But for so many years, it was like I was not on the automatic start plan. I did not wake up like la 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 la. I woke up like
you did with some reinforcements of some sort, but to do it naturally, to wake up and be like, dude, I'm ready for this day, like that. I think there's very few and far between that. You know, you do that your whole life. Yeah. There's not a point in your life where you become separated from your true self and your true essence of your best you.
Yeah, beautiful. Okay, so that was the prayer that brought you here.
Yes.
Then you got to Rythmia. And I want to know a little bit about your experiences here. What were some of the things that you loved the most about Rythmia?
So first of all, this is my first time to Costa Rica. This is my first time traveling abroad on a trip completely by myself. I've traveled by myself before, but I'm always meeting a friend or, you know, meeting family there, or there's some sort of plan when I get there that I'm not by myself. And so this trip I booked at the time it was on a whim, but you know, I booked it, and this was back in April, and I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it before I second guess myself. I'm going to pay all in. I'm just doing this. And I'm so glad I did. And then, you know, as time gets closer to the trip, you're like, oh, wow, I really committed here. Whoops. You know, and like, then you have the dieta, and that for me was a challenge. I was like, oh, okay, I'm really going to do this. Like,
so explain what the dieta is.
Dieta, it's a whole diet or preparation plan of basically getting rid of all the stuff in your life that is not for you. And it's no alcohol, no, I did no red meat, no pork, no THC of any kind, no.
It's really like cleaning out the body.
Cleaning your body so that your body is a clean vessel for the medicine.
And also there's a mental part, like what you're putting in your mind, what you're putting in
for
your body.
Sure.
So you're preparing yourself for the medicine experience. So
and we're on Facebook Live, and I deleted Facebook off my phone completely. I deleted many social media platforms off my phone.
In preparation.
Beautiful. Like, I didn't want to be spending time on it.
Okay, so you booked the trip, the dieta came, and then like
dieta came, and I was like, oh fuck, oh sorry.
Oh, you can cuss. This is rythmia.
Sorry.
So then yeah, come on.
The caffeine was really a struggle.
She says, yeah, you freak out a little, right?
The caffeine, I was like, come on, I feel like I should get like one thing I can negotiate here. And that one was a struggle. And then, you know, 5 days in, you're like, wow, I don't feel like I want to die this morning. Maybe it's going to get better. Maybe it'll get easier each day. And I would say 2 or 3 weeks into the dieta, I was like, this is amazing. I might not even need rythmia. Like, I feel, but you know, it makes you more excited because you're like, now I'm ready. I've committed. Like, I did what I was supposed to do. And it makes you feel proud even before you get here, if you actually follow the diet and manage to stick to it.
So that's awesome.
Like, I was feeling good before I even got here.
Because a lot of people don't do the dieta, and that's okay.
And then, but that's one more thing, like one more little ounce of shame you're carrying around. You're like, fuck, I didn't commit. I said it was.
The medicine's going to get rid of it. It just makes it's like the easy way or the hard way. It makes it a little easier.
Yes.
Okay. So then you got here. What did you love about, like, what were some of your favorite parts about the week? Was it the people? Was it the amenities? Was it the classes? Obviously, I taught the classes, so those must have been one of your favorite parts.
No, he truly is such a great teacher, and he's so animated and happy. Like, if I had you in college, I would have done 8 years of college. But no, it's like everyone's so authentic, and it's funny. You walk in to the first day of class, and and I don't think it was you. I think it was Todd, maybe, who was like, I know it's hard to believe, but these people are going to be your best friends. And it's like, you know, these intimate parts of people's lives.
That was the first class. That was me.
That was you.
Because you're looking around the first day and you're like,
these are going to be this is going to become your brothers and sisters.
There's no way that I'm going to hang out with that person. Those people maybe.
Right. I was like in the corner with like
people?
Allison, who I just met at the airport. And I didn't know anybody. And, you know, you're in this room with all these people being told that you're going to be family, and you're like, nah, I find this hard to believe.
Right. And by the end of the week,
yes,
like it's a soul contract that you're all here.
For sure.
So the people, that was one huge part.
People.
And the classes.
The classes were amazing. And when I signed up, I was like, I'm all in on this. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm tired this morning, I'm not going to go to class. Or like, I went to all the yoga, I went to all the classes, I went to all the breath work, I went to everything they offered. I also got 5 massages while I was here, which was kind of amazing.
The massages are excellent,
The massages are amazing.
Really good.
5-star luxury hotel massages.
So here's the thing I want to acknowledge about Mackenzie is all in, right? Like both feet in. And Oriana, thank you so much for her beautiful comment.
Definitely the best teacher. I agree.
Thank you.
He's captivating. He's hilarious.
I really love doing it.
He's flawed. Like he does not talk.
Flawed?
He does not hold back with, like, listen, we all have things that we would love to keep in a closet, but there's so
Honey, I've been in the closet for so many years. I can't go back in there. Okay, wait. But I want to just acknowledge you. Thank you for acknowledging me. But I want to acknowledge you because going all in is key. Going all in is key to having the experience, right? Like people come and they pick and choose the things they want to do. And it's like, this is the program. The program is all these things. And you can't come and do half of it and go, oh, that stuff didn't work.
I didn't get my miracle.
Right? If you don't go all in, and you went all in.
I went all in, and also I think it's really important to understand that there's a lot of thought that goes into the program. It's not like, people are on vacation, so they like to do yoga in the morning. Like, no, I mean, yoga is where I believe in 2 separate classes of yoga, I had my most transformational moments. And I'm talking like full on tears, convulsing, crying. And Victor is a miracle worker. Yeah. He's amazing. The yoga instructor here is like no one else on planet Earth.
The thing is that you're so right, Mackenzie, that everything is designed to work together. And once you're in the medicine, once you say yes, you start the medicine process, then you get here, and it's the classes. It's not just the medicine. It's the medicine, it's the classes, it's the breath work, it's the yoga, it's the hanging out with people at the pool, it's the making connections at the cleanse, it's
sitting at a community table with a bunch of people at first that you don't know, and you're sitting and you're just like, who are these people? I guess I have to talk to them. And you learn their life story and all of the reasons that they're here. And I'm truly, this week has been an anomaly. I mean, more than half the people were here for their like 3rd or 4th trip.
We had a lot of alumni this week.
A lot.
So I want to say, Jan asked this question, which is a great question. What did the medicine show you or teach you? So really quickly, I want to set this up. So there's so many wonderful things about the resort and about the experience that Mackenzie was talking about. And now kind of what Jan's asking is your miracle. Like, what was the miracle? What did the medicine show you? What did it teach you? What did you see?
So on the medicine, it's almost like you've let go. I feel like for me, when I was on medicine, which I mean, clearly I still am, but it was in yoga.
I mean, really for 21 days after, but
you can feel it. There's like your extra emotional things that move you to the point where you're in tears. Like, you're not moved like, oh, that's so sweet. You're like, oh my God, that is just the best. Like, it's like you're living on just like everything is
heightened
in on the lows and the highs, though. So,
there's much more awareness now. But you came here, the thing that brought you here was self-love.
Yeah.
And you went through the process of seeing who you've become, merging with your soul and healing your heart. And
I healed my heart before I feel like I merged with my soul. I feel like those were 2 separate moments, and I did those out of order.
That's impossible. But
no, truly, I really feel like I did.
So there's definitely something that happened with your heart before, but what did the medicine show you? What did you see about yourself?
The medicine, I believe, like, if I had to do an analogy, it's almost like you're in a helicopter and you're like lifted up and you're seeing your life from every possible perspective you could imagine. And it's not from the judgmental inside perspective that you've always seen your life from, where you're like, oh, that happened for a reason, because I needed to split from my true essence. I needed to hurt those people, which, like, even as I say it, it still hurts, but I understand the reasoning behind it. It's like you go to the dark side so that you can bounce back so much brighter and a better version of you. And the medicine, I believe, is a lens where, I mean, for me, everyone experiences it differently. For me, it was almost like I was lifted up and saw my life from all these different angles and realized, without all of the darkness and all of the times where I felt deep shame and horrible, I couldn't do the work to get back to a place that was even better than I could have been without the split, without the darkness. And
I think
I don't know how to articulate it.
I really love what you're saying, because I think, especially you're talking about the helicopter, right?
Yeah, like you're up seeing it.
So what you see from that perspective is how everything works together. Like, it
has to happen that way.
It's not that you had to hurt those people, but that was your curriculum, and guess what? That was their curriculum.
Right.
Right? Like everything fits together in this grand plan of love. And even when we're not aware of it, we're actually serving. Our flaws serve, the darkness serves, the things that are unwanted, the things that are shameful serve. It all fits together to bring us to this elevated place of a deeper realization of our oneness with the source of all of life. And that brings us to a place of being able to love ourselves.
Love ourselves. And see it from a place where you're like, that's the change I need to make. That no longer serves me. Why am I still doing that? And, there's a process of integration, right? So afterwards, it's not like, oh, I've made all these changes, I'm good. Like life's going to be easy breezy now. No, it's this, you have the same challenges, but you're seeing it from a completely new lens, which is a lens of, I believe, not only like self-love, but neutrality. Like, okay, like this wasn't all bad. This wasn't all.
You're seeing the totality, really, like what we're just talking about. Like it's the difference between, we're talking about the helicopter view or the ground level view. The ground level view, you see like, oh, that hurt me, or I hurt them, and this was bad, and this is good. From the helicopter view, you see how it all fits together in this beautiful mosaic.
Yeah.
Right. And
I can't remember the name of the author, but in the book, The Untethered Soul,
Michael Singer,
it's like everyone experiences this. It's part of life.
It's by design.
And, we all have different lessons. We're all here for a different purpose. And to listen, I
want you to speak from the eye for you, what you got.
Okay. I realized that I carried a lot of shame because I disappointed a lot of people in my life. And I had hurt the people I love most, including my kids, my ex-husband. Like I hurt my parents, everybody. And I disappointed them. I think for that, like, it's like you can move on with your life and you can try to be better, but to really accept that and be like, I'm not going to carry that shame around with me anymore. It's so freeing, empowering, and like it gives you an entire new look on life. And it's the way to really connect with other humans. Like I think all of us in the group have shared really dark, intimate details of our lives that you would not normally share with someone you just met within a week.
I just want to acknowledge you. It was so powerful what you just said. When you spoke from like, I saw that I hurt people and disappointed them, and I was able to release that shame and that guilt so that I could really connect with people.
And listen, you can do that. I did that without knowing that they'll ever forgive me.
Right.
Like they might never forgive me, and that's honestly on them because it's something that they carry around and that feels toxic within them. And it's not like I believe most people have forgiven me, but I was almost like the last one to forgive myself. I would beat myself up over it, and it doesn't feel good to live that type of life.
And that energy is palpable. And so what's amazing is when you come to this place of self-love and self-forgiveness, that it changes everything around you. Watch, because when you come up from a place of self-love, instead of needing someone to forgive you from the outside, when you're coming from like, I love you, and if you don't forgive me, it's okay. I love you and I love me. And I know that I'm an okay person. I know that I love myself. And that's what you came here for, is self-love. From that place, life changes. People feel the energetic difference.
They absolutely do. And I think, I struggled as a parent, as a mom to my kids, because a lot of the things that I had carried shame around inside of myself were things that they also knew about. And it's like, God, like I'm not perfect. And I can't remember the quote, so I'm going to make you say it again. But when you're like a kid becomes an adolescent and then becomes an adult. I have it on my phone.
Okay.
Becomes an adult when they realize that their parents aren't perfect. And then a parent becomes enlightened when they
realize that they're not perfect.
Right. And I can't remember the quote now, and I wish I had written it down.
Well, I think what you're I think what's just so beautiful is, listen, we carry so much guilt and shame around within us, which is damaging to ourselves and which actually perpetuates the hurt in other relationships. And as we release the guilt and shame and begin to love ourselves, we can heal our relationships. What we say here at Rythmia is, if you want to heal your kids, if you want to heal your husband or wife, if you want to heal your relationships, heal yourself. If you want to fix your job, heal yourself. If you want to fix the world, heal yourself. You can't see peace in your relationships, in the world, or in your job unless you can find peace in yourself. You can't see love in your relationships, in the world, or in your job unless you find love within yourself.
I think there's also an underestimated amount of connection that happens when your kids realize you're not perfect, because it's like, oh God, well, at least mom's not perfect, so I don't need to be perfect either. And you know, that was really beautiful for me, but I was still dealing with my own feelings of the fact that I had let my family down.
And
here, like, I don't feel like I let them down. I feel like I've been able to become a better version of me in all of this.
It's all part of it. Remember the helicopter view? It's all part of the curriculum. You know, thank you. I thank you so much for your authenticity and your sharing. And I just want to kind of close with this, that everything serves. Nothing is left out of the great plan of love. Our faults serve. What we think are our flaws serve. What we think is shameful or unwanted serves. Everything serves in the divine plan. So this is where we can release the guilt and shame.
Yeah.
And this is where we get to, as you say, as you release that, you become the better version of you. Really, that's, so many people get a message from the medicine, and generally it's really to be a better mom, or be a better dad, or be a better partner, or be a better colleague, or be a better brother or sister, you know, a son or daughter, to love. So I want to thank you so much for coming to
My
Rythmia.
pleasure.
And Oriana says it's her year anniversary. She's 1 year old, and her life changed and still changing so much since she's been to Rythmia, all for the better. And so I know you're going to have an amazing journey when you get home.
Thank you.
Thank
I believe that as well.
Thank
I know
you.
it.
Thanks for doing this. I really appreciate it.
Truly, my pleasure.
I mean, we had a lot of great comments, and really appreciate your honesty. Thank you. All right, everybody. Peace and blessings, and we'll see you next week.